Aerial views of Minnesota communities are seen as the narrator speaks.
Wherever we live, we're part of the community. From rural farming communities to urban cities and our local neighborhoods, how we each engage in our different communities varies, but it's an experience that we all share. In Minnesota, choosing where to see a concert, visit a doctor, cut our hair, grab a bite to eat, or what community activities and events to attend is how we stay engaged and form relationships with other people in our community. Socialization and community membership is an important part of maintaining social health.
A title screen appears that shows a Minnesota Department of Human Services logo with text below that reads, Home and Community-Based Services, Community Engagement.
Here are some ways providers in Minnesota are supporting people to engage in their community and explore new interests.
An aerial view of a large building next to a lake is seen, followed by a close-up of a sign that says, Glenwood Retirement Village, Parkview Court. The scene fades to a woman sitting in a lobby. Text appears that says, Carly Lindeman, Housing Manager.
We encourage our residents that live here to participate in any of the community events that are happening in Glenwood. Our town is really known for its summer festival, so we get our residents involved by participating in the parade.
A photo is seen of a collector car being driven in a parade by an elderly couple. A sign on the car says, Parkview Court King, Harold Fisher, Queen, Isabel Ladd. Another photo is seen of Harold in his king outfit, followed by a photo of an elderly woman fishing on a boat and a photo of an elderly man fishing on a boat. The scene then fades back to Carly.
We have a king and queen that ride in the parade every year, and several of our residents have been fishermen. Their whole life spent a lot of time on the lake. So we do like to get our residents out on the lake. We use a program called Let's Go Fishing, which was designed for that very purpose.
Two women are seen riding a two-person bike through town, ordering ice cream at a Dairy Queen drive-up window, and then riding back through town again.
You know, I think people sometimes think of seniors as sort of separate, but really it's just all of us and at an older age. It's just good for emotional, spiritual, mental health, for people to just be engaged in the community at any age.
A Welcome to Browerville sign is seen in a park, followed by the front of the STEP building. A sign on the front of the building reads, STEP, Serving, Teaching, and Empowering People, 501 West 6th Street. The scene fades to a man sitting in an office. Text appears that says, Corey Lawrence, Executive Director, STEP.
A great community partner is important to STEP, mainly because it provides our consumers with opportunities to do different things that would not be provided in center.
A group of people are seen sitting at a table in McDonald's playing bingo, followed by an aerial view of the town. The scene then fades back to Corey.
STEP is engaging clients in the community in a variety of ways. You know, it could be something as simple as taking them to the local cafe to have coffee every day, or traveling to local businesses in the community to see how they work. But really, we're proud of any relationship that we develop in the community, whether it develops jobs or just provides our consumers with an opportunity that they wouldn't have had.
The scene fades back to the group playing bingo.
And so, my only recommendation would be to try to learn from others or success stories and integrating people into the community and really try to implement that in whatever way fits your organization.
A statue of a Viking is seen. Text on his shield says, Alexandria, Birthplace of America. The scene then fades into a close-up of a sign with text that says, DAC, Doorway to Opportunities, Douglas County Developmental Achievement Center, Day Training and Rehabilitation, 4125 Minnesota Street, 320-762-1771. The scene fades into a woman sitting in an office. Text appears that says, Barbara Wilson, Executive Director, Douglas County DAC.
Being a community partner is beneficial for the consumers that we serve. Working on building those relationships with other businesses within the community will help them be successful in the long run.
Several scenes of a group of people cleaning the park and beach are seen, and then the scene fades back to Barbara.
When you can contribute and be a part of a community, especially one that you live in, that you're proud of and love being in, that it just helps for a more rounded, better lifestyle for them. We're a lake area, so we do have a lot of beaches and parks in the area, and we work really well with the city and the county and provide services to keep those areas clean. So we're out at the boat landings and emptying garbages, planting flowers, picking up trash, making sure that the areas are clean and look really good for our people who partake in those opportunities.
A sign in a park is seen with text that says, Mankato, now playing. Visit MankatoMN.com, followed by a view of the Ecumen Pathstone Crossing building. The scene fades to a woman sitting in the lobby. Text appears that says, Amanda Bevins, housing manager.
Being a good community partner helps everyone. And when our residents here at Pathstone can collaborate with people from the community, everyone benefits.
A sign is seen that says Kiwanis Recreation Area, followed by a sign that says Minnesota State University. The scene then fades to a different woman in the lobby. Text appears that says Wilbur Neuschwander Frank, Pathstone Living Volunteer.
A few of the things that we're most proud of is our Action Club that works with our local Kiwanis group and also our writers group that collaborates with Minnesota State University.
It's all about enhancing the lives of the elders who live here, and that's really important to me.
A photo of a large banner that says Action Club Kiwanis is seen, and then the scene fades back to Wilbur.
And so I was warmly welcomed here as a volunteer and as a member of our Kiwanis Club in Mankato to start an action club.
The scene fades to a different woman in the lobby. Text appears that says Leah Kai's Hugeback, Life Enrichment Specialist.
So once a year with our writing program, we have a public reading. And when we first started, the residents were really nervous to read their stories out loud.
A hand writing in a notebook is seen.
But as the years have gone on, I've seen the confidence of the residents be able to read their own stories in front of the public.
The scene fades to two women sitting next to each other. Text appears over the woman on the left that says Isabel Reisner, resident. And text appears over the woman on the right that says Dorothy Norland, Pathstone volunteer.
They all have a chance to read what we have written, and that's a great educational thing too, I think.
The scene fades to a different woman in the lobby. Text appears that says Linnea Guerin, Pathstone volunteer.
I believe that groups like this one, the creative writing group, is very helpful for the residents here.
A group of women are seen sitting around a table participating in the writing group. The scene then fades back to Isabel and Dorothy.
Because I hear residents say that they remembered something that they hadn't thought about in years.
This program is great. I didn't think I could ever contribute anything, but I think I have brought back so many memories.
A close-up of Dorothy helping Isabel and the writers group is seen, and then the scene fades back to Dorothy.
They have something to teach me, and I have something to bring to them, and I love that mutuality of community engagement.
If the other community retirement centers here would be interested in hearing how positive this is.
The writing group is seen, and then the scene fades back to Isabel.
Because anybody I tell, they say, oh my word, that's wonderful.
And I've enjoyed it so much. This club has been very important to me.
The scene fades back to Amanda.
It's a great collaboration between our residents here and our volunteers.
A colorful sculpture of a buffalo with fish attributes is seen next to a city street, followed by the lobby of the Functional Industries building. The scene fades to a woman sitting in a conference room. Text appears that says Lisa Partey, President of Client Services at Functional Industries.
Every engagement that we have in the community builds another connection, and those connections lend themselves to jobs for people we serve, volunteer positions for people we serve, relationships with people in their own communities. And so that community part is so important.
A young man in a wheelchair is seen talking to an elderly woman in a wheelchair and her assistant. The scene then fades to a close-up of the young man in the wheelchair. Text appears on the screen that says, Tyler Piner, volunteer at Lakeside Oasis.
Tyler came to us, was looking for a job through vocational rehab. He got employed at Pizza Ranch in Monticello, and he came to a point where he didn't think he had enough to do, So he is now volunteering down at Lakeside Oasis.
Back when I first started, I was just doing like lots of room visits and lots of shadowing and things like that.
Tyler is seen reading announcements into the phone and then going down the hallway.
But now, I'm helping the chaplain with the morning announcements, along with his on-site church services that he does, as well as still doing room visits and things like that, and many other things.
The scene then fades to a woman standing in a lobby. Text appears that says, Stacy Kaluza, Care Outreach Manager at Lakeside Oasis.
I can tell you that the residents really enjoy seeing his smiling face in the morning. They actually tune in, it seems like, a little bit more to the announcements because they're excited to what Tyler might bring to the discussion in our announcements in the morning. It's a lot of fun.
Tyler is seen going down the hall, and then the scene fades to Lisa.
Tyler is a great example of how someone who's come forward and said, I'm bored here, I want to do something else. Where can I volunteer? What can I do? And we've been able to work with him and make that happen. He has made connections so well that they are looking at paid employment for him now at the nursing home.
The scene fades to Tyler.
It makes me feel so happy.
A title screen appears that shows a Minnesota Department of Human Services logo with text below that reads, Home and Community-Based Services, Community Engagement.